Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run, and oops, that cover is a little bit too low. There you go. And today is week... I keep starting midweek with W. What the heck is up with me? Midweek Magic. And it's nice that you're starting off really light with Brawl. Regular Brawl, not the 100 card historic. So, and there's actually been one deck that I found that was, well, not just really... that was really super interesting. We first off, we all remember Winota. May she now finally retire because she's banned in historic still. But we actually have a new contender here. So introducing Sigarda, Champion of Light. So what do we have here? Flying, trample, nice. Humans you control get +1/+1, which is what we're pretty much doing here. Almost every creature here is a human. And the key part here, Coven. Whenever Sigarda attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library. May reveal a human creature card from among them, put them in your hand, put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Doesn't put it in the battlefield, doesn't get it attacking. But with this density of humans, you're pretty much gonna get card value out of it quite quickly. So it's a fairer take, I would say. Also, you don't have to worry about a mix of non-humans and humans getting that round. You can just run every human. So the only thing you need to worry about is the mix of your different power levels. I'll start on the back end first. In particular, let's see, the other bombs that come with this Ren and 7 actually really nice. It's a very good way to get a very quick acceleration start. Generally with Coven, especially if your opponent has quite a good amount of removal, you want to be able to dump a few extra creatures immediately. Ren and 7 really helps. Also the -3, very good way of getting a really big creature. All things considered. We have a copy of Mahamaya, Brettagard Protector. Also a good way to pump everything around and get a few tokens as while we're at it. Yasharn, very very interesting. Basically, it's a good way to ensure extra ramp. Get a basic forest, basic plains. We're not actually running that much removal. In fact, we're still running regular plains, regular forest. I could see an argument for, say, a Blizzard Brawl among other things, but I decided to keep it simple. Just we're the ones on the peddling out with gas and whatnot. So as I said, almost every other creature we have is a human. Chaplain of Arms, Lunarch Veteran. Get a good number of the disturbed cards because we get a little extra double value. They don't become human anymore, but we still get extra creatures. It doesn't really matter for Coven, at least. Other key cards here would be Pyre of Heroes. Good way to tutor up some of our other key cards. In particular, we want the 2 slot to tutor up, say, Elite Spellbinder if we need to. And Adeline is a very good way to keep flooring the gas. Gavany Dawn Guard, also another good way to keep refilling our hand and whatnot. And we got other cards. Bridge Tracker, actually very powerful. So we're kind of testing cards like, say, Strixhaven Stadiums as an alternate condition because we are tending to flood the board in this situation. So that's pretty much the deck here. We'll give it a few shots. I've actually did really well here, but I'm probably bound to hit a snag. Opponent is going werewolves, which is probably also just as powered. They also have quite a good number of removal. Oh, I should also mention, Arcane Signet and Command Tower are still legal, so keep that in mind. So we do have initial removal, so we probably will run turn 2 Arcane Signet. Hope our opponent doesn't have artifact removal. Yeah, there's the Command Tower, so we got the Arcane Signet out. So we'll see what our opponent does. We might just end up doing Elite Spellbinder, Outland Liberator. Oh, they can... you know what? Let's make sure nothing happens. Our opponent could still have more artifact enchantment removal, but we're going for it this one. Opponent going Tovalar, so we might want to actually hold up Sigarda. So we might actually want to hold up Sigrid here. Also human, by the way. So we'll go X equals 1 here. Now our opponent could get this up. Like if our opponent goes to snipe this one, oh, that's perfectly fine. And that was the bait. Let's see what our opponent does. Now our opponent could have an answer for this, so it would be a slight dud, but they already did cast a spell, so this one's not gonna flip quite yet. I need to decide if I want to just play this out, get it killed, or if I just say play hope for a land. You know what? We'll play it out. It'll probably get killed. It's also of note is if our opponent gets to kill this first, it will still be attacking, so it is what it is. Opponent lets it get taken out from under it. Now our opponent could have a kill spell for this. Opponent's going for Dragon's Fire. That's a mistiming. Our opponent should have done... Well, we got the Arctic Tree line. So I'm actually going to go for Sigarda first here. So the plan is Bloodline Pretender into Elite Spellbinder. Actually, I might want to do it in reverse because I might want to do it as a mistiming because this comes in as 3 power. Opponent going for a Burly Breaker. Hold on, this is 3 power also. So slightly awkward here. So I'm considering doing Elite Spellbinder first. Oh, it comes in as a 4. Oh, I forgot the humans get +1/+1. So we will be taking Inscription of Abundance because that's an annoying combat trick. So I guess we do. Actually, no, it would affect this also. So we'll name human. Swing with Sigarda. Oh wait, we don't have it because this comes in as a 4 also. Oh yeah, that's a... So technically, yeah, I would not have it yet. Opponent probably swings first. They're not going to swing the Tovalar. We're going to have to take it. Opponent can do a fight effect, take out something. That's kind of why I didn't do a double block. Yeah, this might actually be we might actually lose this one considering our opponent still has quite a good amount of gas in their hand. Yeah, we lose Sigarda. Not too shabby. We'll take action. But we are taking a big hit there, and our opponent's drawing quite a good number of cards. They could still play Targnar, which is there for the power. So yeah, this is the case where if you don't have Coven, it's like if I play Sigarda, it doesn't buff this, but it will buff Elite Spellbinder. If I play Dawnheart, it will buff. I kind of have to play it anyway. There's no good way around it. I'm gonna just have to hold. I might hold back the either the Bloodline. No, the Dawnheart will come in as a 4. This will also come in. So this doubles power and toughness. We have to take the other 7. There's really no good way around it. Opponent lets it go. Yeah, that Tovalar costing 3. We need to have a more aggressive setup than that, and our opponent's gonna take out the borrow time. Yeah, we probably should also have an emergency Wrath here. That I kind of neglected to do that. Opponent, I would not be surprised if they nuke the Arcane Signet or the Bloodline Pretender. Yeah, that's still on the table. Also of note, yeah, that makes it a 4, so I still will not get Coven. This has vigilance at least. Opponent can choose to snipe it in response, which is fine. And that's one less thing to worry about. So I can't really swing with anything. Yeah, this one's a bit of a non-go. I'm gonna probably concede at this point. Fangblade Eviscerator is gonna just simply pump out of our realms. Well, not an auspicious start, and I would not be surprised if we. I'm actually surprised that there technically is enough werewolves, but not to fully kit out. That would explain cards like Targnar and all that. Yeah, I'm already considering adding an emergency Doomscar. Which is actually correct for any deck, even if you're the one that's playing all aggro. You want to have emergency reset button. So like an undo inversion, though that's way too late. Most likely so we'll keep this one. We'll lead on Stronghold. At least we have the Ren and 7 on ready, but it might take a while. I guess our mistake was playing the Contortionist Troop early. That was so unnecessary. I think we wanted to hit, but I guess we did not. So we could just play the Masked Vandal. It will block this guy for a while. I can also wait to see if our opponent does. I'm sure our opponent will do something else. They could just would land Mystic. Let's see if they swing. Actually, we'll take the damage. It's kind of a waste to go for this. And perfect. We got a portable hole, and we can do Contortionist at 1. We're most likely gonna take out their ramp because that's gonna give them a very quick Toski. Now we still need one more mana, which is a bit awkward. But worst case scenario, we can play Dawnheart Mentor and at least get this Coven started at least. Boreal Outrider. That's another very good way to get extra counters on. Opponent's not letting that land. So we're going to just land the Dawnheart Mentor. Now I can swing with the Qatar Commando, see if our opponent blocks, but we kind of need that. So we need a 0. So we're gonna set the Contortionist troop at 2. That way we can. So juggling the PT is gonna be a factor here. Let's see if our opponent goes for Toski. Probably not. They're more likely to go for a Blizzard Brawl. We are in need of mana here. Oh, they went for the Toski. And that's a reasonable sized Toski. It's a good thing we can keep gaining stuff. So I actually have options here. I can hold for Sigrid, or you know what? We're gonna go Sigarda immediately. Now, no reason to attack. And we're gonna set the Sigarda at 5 just to be sure. So we need one more mana would be and also Toski's forced to attack, so we can at least. Ooh, someone's going for a unnatural growth. Now we can just. Well, we hit an Evolving Wilds. Let's go for more white. We actually have more of that. I'm tempted to. Well, actually, first we're gonna swing with. We're gonna swing at Sigarda because they can't exactly block anyway. Let's see what we hit. Chaplain is good. Gavony Dawnguard also good. Chaplain first Sword Strike. Each creature you have is. Now, since they know we have it, there is no reason not to cast it. It just makes things even more suspicious. And yeah, end the turn. Let's see. Our opponent's gonna end up with a 6/4. We're gonna end up taking hits here at least. I'm gonna make this a 2/6. So because we're probably gonna throw away the human token here, so also Qatar Commando we can chuck at the unnatural growth. Make that a non-issue. We can also let one of our creatures die and do a Masked Vandal as a follow-up that way, but Oran Reef Ooze. I wasn't really loving the +1/+1 counter game. So it's gonna set it on Toski, which is still fine. That's annoying. Okay, you know what? Since it's already triggered, I'm gonna let it go. None of these have trample anyway. That should put the kibosh on it for the time being. We can also do Ren and 7, but I'm thinking... So first off, we're still gonna swing. Let's see what we hit. Beloved Beggar, that's fine. We're actually missing our land drops here. Like, I'm so tempted to just go Ren and 7, but we can actually do Beloved Beggar and hold up Sigrid, which is an interesting trick we can do. Also gives us something to chump block Boreal Outrider if our opponent has any more tricks like that. So I'm definitely gonna keep stacking on Sigarda. We'll like to stack at least one more. We'll see if our opponent has a follow-up here. But yeah, it's kind of going out of hand. Contortionist troop is holding well. I actually want to add a few protection spells like Snakeskin Veil. So we can cast Sigrid, but we want them to attack first. Let's see how our opponent stacks it. We're gonna nuke Toski. Opponent does have a Snakeskin Veil. So let's do some math. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I kind of want to preserve the 1. Technically, I could use Sigurd also because it has First Strike. Yeah, maybe not blocking with the Dawn Guard wasn't. Oh no, bonus line is true. Yeah, not. Opponent goes Old Growth Troll. Okay, they're starting to catch up. So, kind of want to do Ren and 7. We'll swing first. Opponent doesn't really have a good out for this. Oh, we got Realm Walker. Perfect. So, we're gonna do Bloodline Pretender first. Not too sure about Bloodline Pretender, but it is a good way to get a creature that keeps growing. Okay, so I definitely want to keep a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make this a 5. At this point, our opponent's going to need something to snipe Sigarda. I wouldn't mind Sigarda dying at this point. Nope, opponent doesn't have it. So, yeah, we kind of overwhelmed them a bit. We had the Ren and 7 in hand, we just didn't have a good opportunity. Well, we didn't need to. That was the case. If we started drawing more lands, it's an easy Ren and 7 and an auto 0 dump the hand. That would have been the play. So opponent is, this is another mono green one, though the Death Touch is going to be annoying. And this one is also an issue here because again we have a ton of lands but nothing much to do with it. I'm willing to keep it though. We'll see, this might be a mistake. So take note, when it's tapped, it has oh wait, no, this is different. Protection from werewolves, and oh, everything becomes a mana sink. So we definitely want Elite Spellbinder to snipe this guy. Preferably with a full inscription, but we might have to. When it goes Paladin class, so we'll have to do it on our turn, which is not an issue. So let's see. They have a Bereaved Survivor? It's fine. Ranger class is annoying. We need the inscription, so we're gonna snipe the Elite Spellbinder. We do have a 4, but we don't have that many. I won't be surprised if our opponent goes Bereaved Survivor or Ramp Up. Ranger class. And they can tap to start giving counters. Briarbridge Tracker. Okay, we have a Fateful Absence as an option now. I kind of want to. It feels bad to snipe Catilda here. We'll attack first, then let's see. It's 2 to activate. I'm gonna have to remember if I did have a let's see. What's our opponent's removals? Actually, you know what? We go for Sigarda right now. Yeah, because we're probably going to end up having to sacrifice the Elite Spellbinder at some point. Opponent is also... I probably should actually add Catilda into the deck as part of the 60, now that I think of it. I didn't have a copy of it, didn't relatively need to. We're going to have to accept the hits. That's unfortunate. Opponent's thinking if they want to tap down, which makes sense. Usually what you would do is you'd swing with the tracker first, but I suspect they want to swing with as many creatures as possible. Okay, there we go. It'll be annoying if there's a destroy target tap, but we can take it. Another thing we can do is we can make Sigarda bigger by just Inscription of Abundance. And losing the Fateful Absence at this point would not be too bad. So we'll dump it here. We're the ones who are gaining life. Then these two fight. Oh, it will transform this one, but we'll have to accept that. We could have taken this out instead. And I'm actually inclined not to sack quite yet. Hopefully we can draw another creature so that okay, yeah. I actually have Varys also in the deck. Opponent looks like they're technically stuck, but not so much. Let's see, if they swing back, it's like what? 4, let's say they pump 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 damage. Then that's another 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're actually cutting close. I will really need the Fateful. I'll need the Fateful Absence something in the interim. Opponent not going for the full swing. I think our opponent's gonna do... Oh wait, they're short on mana. Like, he can't tap this. He can't tap this. So we're gonna nuke that first. Then play a Plains. Now this has reach. So I'm actually gonna swing with just Sigarda there. See if our opponent obliges. And now since that has reach, technically I could ward and just kill this right away. I kind of want to wait for our opponent to do something with their mana. Because it's technically, it's just 4 mana to kill Varus at this point. Our opponent needs to decide if they want to cast a creature spell, get the trigger. Okay, they're getting the trigger. Give them another 2. Yeah, we really need another creature that doesn't have 3 power so that we can get the advantage of Sigarda. Opponent is floating. I suspect they're gonna try to crack this clue. Please don't tell me that is a Snakeskin Veil. Now, technically, what they can also do is like pump with Ranger class. That's a thing. Oh, they're gonna crack the clue first. Okay, but that also reduces the amount of damage. Opponent probably gains 1 life. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to have a little extra removal now at this rate. I'm actually gonna just take the hit for now because I still don't know if I have. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Auto pay. Auto pay. Now, it does make it awkward in power toughness, but it forces our opponent is forced to block something. And did I mention we have trample? Yeah, that was I was already thinking of complicated things to do, but it turns out we did have a top end. I'm actually gonna double check our deck. We have a Yasharn. Oh, we don't have a 4-drop human. Okay, you know what? Let's correct that. It's a good thing we didn't try that. That would have been a very big blunder. I was already very suspicious. I know I was going mostly for 2s and 3s, but we probably should do a 4 at least. So human. What's our 4 mana humans? This is not good. This is meh. This is fine. This one also is fine. Dueling Coach enters the battlefield. Put a... Well, Dueling Coach not so much. Clarion Catarrhs is probably one of the better hits. So let's consider that. Let's also consider something in green. We need to have at least 2 in case we draw 1. Unfortunately, Dawnheart Rejuvenator's the good one here. Only good one here, and I don't want that. I guess we're doing 2 white cards. So... slightly messes our mana a bit, but I also... Actually, we should check on craft. I think there's something... Well, we didn't put an Augur of Autumn, which is probably a good fit, but I didn't have one yet. Turns out... but if you want to buff it up even more, go ahead. Sarit, Viper's Fang. This one's another one you can fit in. Also Catilda. So have many options, just none that I want to invest in. Tovolar's Huntmaster. I probably would invest in this one, even if it's only a human half the time. It's just that good. We're just running the budget version. Let's just say. So I probably want an Audrix Outrider and maybe not Kabir Outrider. Gavany Silversmith is an option. Turns out there's not that many humans. Actually, there is. Wait, we do have another option. But I'm not fond of... If I remember correctly... Yeah. This one's not the good one. We're better off sticking with humans. I'll actually probably just stick with one Audrix Crusader. We might cut... I'm considering cutting the Sunset Revelry or the Join the Dance at this point. Sunset's fine. Technically, we could cut one land, but we do have ways of using it, just not that many. Also, I don't particularly like that idea too much. It would have helped in that one game, though. Bereaved Survivor is good. Ambitious Farmhand is good. I am forced to cut one card, though. I'm probably going to just cut the Strixhaven Stadium. That one's really awkward now that I think of it. We'll keep going with this. Just a minor light change. Probably should edit the deck now while I have time. Okay, so this is a decent hand. You turn 1 Arctic, turn 2 Lair, hold up Fateful Absence. We're kind of fine at least, though it is awfully slow. I'm probably want to play Bloodline Pretender first, but even that's not. Also, opponent going first, not so great for us. And I forgot what that card was called now. Yeah, Audric's Outrider. Okay. Opponent is giving us a lot of time to think. Probably way too much time. What's up? What's up with our opponent? That's very strange. Yeah, we're gonna add the Audric's Outrider. Actually, there's the other one, the Qatar, that gives us an extra 1/1. That's probably also another. That is probably the other good option there. Opponent. I'm gonna feel really bad for our opponent. Yeah, this is very strange. It's also possible our opponent started the game and something really bad came up. I will note our opponent is playing a Tiamat deck, so it's also likely that they're. No, I think the most it's very hard to make assumptions about what's happened on our opponent's side. We'll just play it safe. Let's just say something happened. Let's hope it's not too serious. I think the short list is babies crying. Something happened to the family pet. Kids are fighting again. Someone got injured in the kitchen. Those are that's the usual list. Oh, opponent's back. So we will lead with Arctic Tree Line. And we do have a turn 2 play, even if it's a Beloved Beggar. Opponent's going Prosperous Innkeeper. We could run this. I just opted not to. I will note that if our opponent's okay, not quite close yet, but the lands are going to be an issue. There's a Galazet Prismari, so we could nuke this at least. So we have options, but I think the best one here would be actually to play Varus. We're not blocking anytime soon, but the thing is, in case we don't hit our lands, we want to. Opponents. Actually, this is very similar to what I did. Mostly red, a little splash. I don't remember the Prosperous Innkeeper there, so I think our opponent is more green-red. And with enough dragons, we're actually in trouble. Nadar is fine. That's an option, I'd say. So let's see if we hit a land. Opponent's going for it. Opponent didn't have to hold back actually. So given this, we could assume our opponent has some sort of big removal, but we already have the 0, 4, and 3, so we're going for it. We're also going to scribe because we do need to hit some lands. Yeah, we'll keep that. So a creature into a Fateful Absence. Okay, it actually messes this one up, but it's actually fine because we can now profitably block Galazet, force our opponent to use a spell. Opponent is very close to Tiamat, which is an issue. So this is a 2-1, becomes a 3-2. This one becomes, still stays as a 2-2. Yeah, we have to play this one first. And I guess we give ourselves a feature. Ooh, we whiffed completely on that. Let's see if our opponent trades Galazet. I'm also surprised our opponent well, they played hit that one later. That's why. Okay, they're 1 mana away. Imrit. Ooh, that's an issue. We can't exactly nuke that. So we're gonna need help if we want to block with Sigarda. Attack with Sigarda for that matter, and not just lose everything. Yeah, we're now hitting lands like there's no tomorrow. Oh, we can. So the problem is our opponent's about to go ham with Tiamat. It's the fact that opponent gets value immediately that's an issue. Probably want the Dawnheart Wardens at this point. Let's see if our opponent's willing to trade. They most likely are. They could chump with Galazet. Oh, they're gonna trade. Okay. We'll take that. Command zone. And get the free transform. We're not gonna cast the Dawnheart Wardens immediately because our opponent's about to hit Tiamat. We improvised weaponry. We'll see if our opponent decides that they want to Dragonkin Berserker. Now that's another problem. Now I could just play Sigarda again, but we can't do anything about the treasure. That's actually a very good call, and I think I might have done that also. Have that extra removal as with a way to ramp. Yeah, World Tree. Okay, maybe some mental note to self: put Field of Ruin. So the one thing I can do is cast Sigarda again and just swing with everything. Well, not everything. We hold back the Beloved Beggar. If our opponent swings with Nadar, I just Bloodline Pretend. I'll just block with the Bloodline Pretender. Opponent's holding back. Hit our command tower. So I have options here. Like I play Dawnheart Wardens, we buffs the Bloodline Pretender, so I will get Coven. Then it will give me access to Briarbridge Tracker afterwards. I can play Ren and 7 to give me a 7/7, but I think I can do that afterwards. It only triggers once though. Our opponent can decide to sack the clue, but I don't think... Well, we draw a card, we complete it. So when we complete the dungeon, so we get ourselves a free 2/2. The Join the Dance is kind of here just to give us extra features, but it feels awkward as well. So we're going to attack. We're going to swing. we're actually going to give our opponent the option to take out Varys. Yeah, we can't stop the Tiamat at this point, but we can still run in 7 next turn. It at least gives us a 7/7 dragon to 7/7 tree folk to block with, but we will still need help afterwards. Also, we can't exactly swing with Sigarda for free. We kind of... Ooh, okay, so what did our opponent get? Goldspan, Moonveil. Moonveil doesn't do much. It takes out the Goblin token. Inferno's gonna be a problem. Adult Gold Dragon is fine. Yeah, we have to play the Ren in 7. But I kind of want at least one more mana so we can... Well, we can always join the dance as well if we have to. It actually buffs the Bloodline. It actually buffs the Bloodline Pretender anyway, so we'll take that. Also, Contortion is true. So we'll do Ren and 7 first. Also, let's double check the Moonveil regen. Oh, it's not that one. Okay, so it doesn't...
They prepare for war.
Let's double check if... Our opponent can still do Inferno of Star Mounts. No, going for the old Gnawbone. So, any amount that... So I can do Yash... So... Yeah, we won't be able to block both. Doesn't have reach. Oh, this messes up their treasures. I kind of wish I hit it sooner. It also messes up their clues as well, I guess. 4 mana. Yeah, we're gonna plus because... Ooh, not such a great miss, but... Let's see, 6, 7, I can make it a 7. And actually now I don't mind getting hit because the treasure tokens mean nothing. Let's see, our opponent could trade with Tiamat, but... Which means they get to shoot her for more dragons, but they can only cast so many at the same time. Also, if they have no out for the Yasharn, the tokens don't mean any... The treasure tokens don't mean anything. Opponent really wants to snipe Ren and 7. Given the chance, I will just play a land, then just dump the rest of the lands in my hand. I am tempted to actually with the cards in here, maybe not so much. I'm Moonveil Regent. Yeah, kind of got them on lock at this point. I'm gonna go for it.
Route to canopy.
Because this should...
These are not.
So definitely not swinging. Now technically I could. And yeah, opponent concedes. Basically the board... Our opponent can only build the board so much. They really needed a way to wipe the board earlier. Actually, by the time they already started investing on their board, so if they... It would wreck us if they actually had a way to wipe the board, but... It's possible they didn't. So that's how it goes. Let's do one more game. So yeah, there are a few more you can add. There are a few more rare options that you can add here that will definitely fit the deck. I just opted not to. And for the most part, okay, this one would probably be really annoying. We need to hit Yasharn, and even then, our opponent probably has removal. So Arctic into Ranger, Cave Ranger class. We can hold up Sigrid, but it will be annoying. Opponent does go for the free mod. Shambling Gas, that's fine. Wait. So next turn we have plenty of options here. Beloved Beggar, it's kind of fine. The sad thing is if we Skyclave Shade, actually, the more we can move the board, the better. I'm so tempted to do just do Sigrid at this point, but I think we can afford to just play the Beloved Beggar for now, because I'm planning to do Sigarda next turn if things aren't so too bad. Alternately, the plan would have been to hold a Fateful Absence and just some pump up, but opponent goes Graveyard Trespasser. What's this? Enters exile from a graveyard if a creature... Okay, so it just... Ward, discard a card. Not something I was hoping for. Maybe I should have held the Beloved Beggar back. I would not be surprised if our opponent has some sort of removal though. If our opponent gets greedy and just goes for Lantern... Nope. Okay, discard 2 cards, eh? So, probably want to discard the Fateful Absence and the Maul. Oh, we lost Ren as well? Ugh. Bit of an anti-timing here. I need to convince them to attack. So I could play Sigrid but lose the... Just to nuke this one, but I lose the card. Acquisitions Expert. This is Werewolf Shade. Okay, so I will lose the borrowed time. So... Thankfully our opponent seems to be slightly stuck on mana. Wait, no, they have something. Nope. Well, they were slightly stuck. Let's see if they attack. Oh man, they're not. Okay, fine. You're not? Now, they might have removal, which would be annoying. Oh, they have a response. Well... They are letting me draw a human. So I'll take that as some good news. Also, if they snipe this now, they probably could have sniped it earlier. So we get a Dawnheart Mentor. So I actually want to just activate the Ranger class and just play the land. Power word kill on the beggar. Okay. That makes some sense, I guess. Now, if our opponent goes for Tear Grid as a creature, yeah, we'll. So we're going to lose probably the beloved. We probably will lose the beloved beggar. There we go. So not on the block. Not so sure what they're. Okay, they're going for Lantern. We'll take 3. So yes. Now we're definitely holding this back because Sigarda gets to flip through. And I might as well swing with this one. This has first strike. We're probably gonna keep pumping Sigarda. Quadrix, Outriders there. We're gonna take the Contortionist Troop. Kinda don't want to play either. Wait, what's this? Okay. There's an option. Now I could also do Contortionist Troop, but we're gonna pass on that. Yikes. Opponent has nothing at this point. Now they can feel the Ruin. Just take... yeah, sure. Let's get ourselves a forest. And yeah, opponent concedes right there. We managed to outpace our opponent. Lots of advantage that way. Whew, that's a toughy one, but I am really liking this one. Again, it's not all tricked out. There are a few rares missing, but take the list and make it your own. Let's see what you can do with it. That's gonna be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.